Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Hi there. Sorry for butting into the podcast. So, this podcast is brought to you by Anchor. And I just want to promote Anchor for all the listeners out there. What is Anchor, you say? Anchor is free. Okay? Totally free. So don't need to worry about that. What else? Anchor has basically all the creation tools that you'll need and you want to kickstart that podcast that you've been dreaming all this time. It helps it get it on the road. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor takes care of that too. So you just have to create an account, start recording, and edit everything within the Anchor ecosystem. That makes things a lot more easy. Start creating. You can download the app too, may that be on Apple or Android. There's no bias there. If you want to get working on your computer, you can always go to anchor.fm. Again, the website is anchor.fm. Creating your podcast has never been easier. Thanks. Back to the show. And go.
Click and we're live. Welcome back, guys, to Life, Tech, and Sundry. I'm hosting here. My name is Josue. Got here to my virtual left. I got here whoever's left of me. So start out with someone. Go in.
Okay, Marcos here. Good evening or good morning to whatever time the listener time of day is.
And then we got someone. Popcorn. I can't see you guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alan here. Thanks again, guys, for having me on the podcast. And today we have a special guest. Josue, please, would you like to introduce our special guest today?
Please, Josue. Please.
Yeah, we kind of dragged her out of here. But not really. Over here we got our not so favorite cousin, but maybe favorite cousin, Monte. Introduce yourself.
Hi.
I can't see you, but I know you're there because of your voice.
Hello there.
Hi. It's awesome being here with you guys today. This is my first time, so we'll see how.
So how about this, real quick? Explain to our audience who are you and what do you do?
Okay.
Other than your name, because we already said that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am a nurse and I am a hairdresser. So
Hustling and bustling.
yes.
Making that money. Good for you. Cousin.
Got to keep it going.
Absolutely. Yes. And for our listeners out there, we just like to share with you that this is our third special guest that we've had on the show. And we're just really happy and really excited to share our cousin's perspective since she is a female and could probably give a little bit of a different twang to the podcast tonight.
I would like to add, we're still debating if Bunce is a female or not.
Come on.
What
a jerk. But definitely we're happy to have you on tonight. And we hope we can have a nice conversation, a couple of discussions of the couple of topics that Marcos has written up on his handy dandy notebook.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Clue style. Alan has seen it, but Josue hasn't seen it.
Yes,
yeah, I haven't seen
we will send a picture your way.
Oh, you have?
Well, I've probably seen it when you had it when I was there, but now it's on it right now.
Okay. It literally
Also,
says book of lists.
I'd like to add that we have another special guest.
Yes,
who's more special. We got Coco in the background.
Oh yes,
yeah, you can hear him, right?
My baby in the background.
I mean, I hear his jiggling, like the keys or whatever.
Are you calling
Every
him
now
fat?
and then I hear like a no. You know, like I don't know what he has on, but like the chains on him or something.
Bow tie.
He sniffed me.
He came prepared, looking handsome as always.
Dapper.
Oh, nice. Very dapper.
But yeah, Marcos, what do you have first on the list?
Okay, so this is my list of notes that I'll probably add on the show notes later on. It's a weekly note of lists that I have. So I'll try to go as technologically themed, but it's also like a train of thought. So hold on to your seats. okay. No, these are like personal notes, so I don't think I should read those in the recording. Okay, the development of technology and science is iterative, making stuff or making things awesome. And there's a link. This was basically the development of a fire retardant that came out in the 80s, known as Starlight. And this it's a YouTube channel of this guy that the original creator was a hairdresser, a man in the 80s. And because he liked to cook and experiment, he found that a certain recipe of kitchen ingredients led to a high level of fire retardant. That was like a putty or even paint. And the way that he marketed it was that it could withstand an atomic blast at 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And they even tested it. With the marketing that they gave, it actually withstood for a couple of seconds at 10,000 degrees. And this YouTube video shows that he probably wasn't a full-on scientist, but he had that curiosity and that drive. Mm-hmm. And the name of his product that he gave it was called Starlight. Mm. And he didn't put it into market because he was scared of competition. What's the name of this? Corporate espionage, to the point that he didn't want to file a patent, but he was so protective of his testing kits. Whenever he went to NASA, he went to England. Well, who was that?
Someone messed up.
Not I.
That wasn't me. Nah. Okay. So, anyways, but yeah, the idea of wanting to develop something for a specific reason, but because he was scared not to show his product to the world because people would copy it, try to make iterations, cause it not to be a successful thing. And since the 80s, more different things that resemble it came out by big companies like Boeing, the painting company, but it's not the same out of the same kitchen ingredients. They were using fancier like industrial products, which make it more dangerous, like sulfuric acid or one of his ingredients that he was willing to divulge was he used baking soda and sugar as the two main ingredients to be its fire retardant. And I nerded out because my engineering background.
That makes sense, bro.
That's interesting.
And he was a hairdresser to make a new recipe.
I'm gonna put a baking soda on people's heads now.
Yeah, and some sugar for good measure.
I'll put the link in the show notes.
All right.
I was also gonna add something off topic. Monster, what kind of phone you have? It's random, but I know. Just
an Android.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, you surprised? I knew this, but I didn't want to say it.
I thought she had an iPhone for a minute.
I did, but I had to change it to
an
Android.
Wait, what kind of phone you have now?
Temporarily.
Oh, really? So this is a temp phone?
It's a temporary phone.
Okay. And what made you temporarily switch up? Was it an accident? Kind of? Maybe.
Did it explode in your hands?
Did it explode?
No.
It's not
I still have it.
Oh.
You just switched SIM cards for a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, balling lifestyle. That's the burner phone, just in case people are trying to follow her.
But yeah, just to add into that, coming up, I think this week, Apple's going to release another event.
Yes, Tuesday, actually.
They're releasing the new phone.
Wasn't there one for the watch recently?
Yeah.
But that was delayed the release of the phone.
Yeah, that was for the other stuff.
Isn't it the iPhone 12?
People are
supposedly,
allegedly,
That's what they're
people
saying.
are speculating that's what it is. But that's on Tuesday. A lot of people on YouTube are doing their live streams on that day when they announce it. I think it's a really good opportunity for people to obviously either pre-order the phone, and for people that are in the stock market want to buy Apple stock. Probably, if news is positive, the stock is probably going to shoot up a couple of points. For people that want to get on that train. And I don't know what other products besides, other people speculate the Apple tags as well besides the phone.
Well, here's a rundown. They're saying that the models that they're going to come out is a mini version, the regular version, a Pro version, and a Pro Max version. The smallest one being 5.4, the biggest one being 6.7, so about the same size as the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So they're adding a new one, the mini version, which I don't know why.
And is that with the same A14 Bionic chip, or is they're gonna do the next chipset?
Well, according to this, they're doing whatever chipset it has going to be the same for all of them. I don't know what it says about what differentiates. Some rumors say that they might have a 4-camera layout instead of a 3.
Right, that camera hump is going to be crazy.
So they're going to go from a 3-camera layout to 4. That might be only in the Pro Max one. I think I feel like the mini and the regular is going to have the 2-camera layout, like the 11s do.
What's the price range? They're going to boost it up too.
Yeah, probably.
The 11 base model.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But that's the name of the game for them.
So the base model, the regular version, is going to be starting at $700. And the most expensive could be $1,100.
That's way less than the Samsung, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like it's the same price range as the other ones, if I remember correctly.
Well, when you pre-ordered the Samsung, the new Note 20 5G, it was about $1,300
And when I bought my Note 9, it was $1,100.
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty pricey.
I can elaborate on that.
I will not take back that.
That $1,300.
That decision. It's a great buy.
Was the $1,300 with tax or without tax?
Well, it was with taxes and everything.
Then mine was the same then with
13,
taxes.
No, well, 13 plus whatever other taxes they added. They softened the blow with giving you 4 months of YouTube Premium for free.
What about YouTube Music?
It comes along with the package, and then also you got your watch and your headphones, the Buds Live, as a bundle. So
wow.
That's why it costs, I'm pretty sure, that much. And
they had to make a profit out of all of them.
Yeah, they had to make it enticing.
Yes, yep.
Right. They had to not and they all look good. I mean, but yes, back to the Apple. I'm sorry.
No, but one thing to add is that they're adding a new color.
I like the new layout though.
What's the
for the Apple?
Well, it's gonna be a new navy blue color for the next generation.
Oh wow, okay.
So they also have a potential release date as well. They're saying it might come out
this year or next year.
Let's see. So pre-orders start for the regular and Pro start on October 16th and 17th and release on October 23rd or 24th. And the Pro Max can pre-order. The Pro Max pre-order is going to start at November 13th and 14th and be released November 20 or 21st.
Interesting.
So,
but this is still all speculation, yeah?
Yeah, but at this point, I think this is pretty accurate from how they've done it previously. Usually they release it and they give a few days and then they start pre-order, and then like a 2 weeks period, they're going to release it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing for like people that are already Apple, I guess you can say
the
customers.
Apple camper customers, yeah.
Yeah, they probably get like maybe like a text message or an email with
VIP.
Yeah, they'll try to VIP you. Oh yeah, pre-order by this day, so you get it earlier or whatever the case is. At least that was the case when the watch came out, the Watch 3 for Apple.
Yeah,
they sent an email right after the announcement of their of the watch, where you can actually you can pre-order the watch. I don't know if it was like a week ahead or a couple of days ahead of people that are just
the
getting
general population.
Yeah, the general public. Right. So sorry, Josue, to cut you off. Please continue.
No, that's about it. They're saying they might add. I think I just saw a new HomePod thing, but I really don't know. And updates on the Apple TV. That's about it.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh, is anyone excited about the Prime Day for Amazon?
How often is that? Because I keep hearing
it's every
that.
Year.
But is it like the Thanksgiving? Because I keep hearing, get this for Prime Day, Prime Monday, or Prime Tuesday. I don't know what day it is.
Well, I think they schedule it right around this time, like in October, before November, so people can get their their items or buy their items for Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that's why they do it. They're trying to get it.
Is there going to be a Christmas this year?
Maybe.
Or a Halloween even?
There's always a Christmas.
Yeah, in your home.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Maybe where there's no COVID. But I think for a lot of people or a lot of companies, they're trying to get rid of their old crap, old stuff, and just trying to
sell.
Basically. There might be a couple of gems inside the actual Prime Day, but
I saw that
the same, wasn't it?
Probably. I mean, if they do like most retail stores, they tell you that it's a 20 or 25 or some type of percent off.
Basically taxes now.
Right, and then they basically, the original price was probably a price that they had originally or the special price that they have is something that they already were charging you before, and they're just making it
That's
seem
the
like
trick.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, if people are willing to buy it, I mean, I'm for buying stuff when I need it instead of like, oh, this could be a great gift next year for someone, or in a couple of months. Like, I'd rather just get something that I need now instead of, thinking I'm getting a sweet deal. Oh, this plasma TV or whatever the case is, or this OLED or QLED TV is, $100, $200 off. When in reality, it's probably pretty much the same price.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
guys think?
Sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Want me to tell you the next thing that I found interesting?
Your point number 2.
This was on the 6th of this month that companies are ruthless, specifically Microsoft, Samsung, and Google.
I love those. Yes.
Back in the 2000s, when Android OS was being launched, it got integrated. This is in the 2010s. It got integrated into the Samsung devices, right? But Samsung didn't want to go with all the rules that Google was giving them, to the point that it was removing them Google Gmail, Google Docs, Google Chrome, and it was integrating their own features like Samsung Mail.
Their own OS or what?
Yeah, they were also pushing for their own OS.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it, but I have a link in the show notes. But you know what Google did in that time period? They let this happen. It got even worse. They got not worse. It got better for Microsoft, that they started working with Microsoft. That's a direct competitor with Google. And you know what Google did in 2015, 2016?
No, please.
Launched Pixel.
Okay.
Launching the Pixel phone at a loss. It knew it was a loss, but it had a clean operating system. I personally can attest to it. I got into the Pixel ecosystem for my mom for the simplicity and the reliability. She was a Samsung.
Wait, Marcos.
Yes.
I think because there's some confusing things about that. Because you're saying that Samsung was making an OS,
Yes.
or were they integrating the Android OS into
No,
their own?
they had their own operating system.
Because even now they still have like Samsung Mail, Samsung Browser, Samsung all that.
Yeah, but that was the beginning steps, that they wanted to not use the Google operating system.
Well,
Okay.
even now they have Samsung store. So in the actual phone, and as far as I can, remember, if memory serves, Microsoft, one of the reasons they got kicked out of a lot of the platforms or a lot of phones not using Microsoft as their OS was because they were getting charged out the cheeks, the price for people to use
rights,
Microsoft
right? Yeah.
OS was just absurd. People weren't going to make money. So that's why they opted. It's, again, if memory serves, I might be wrong. Guys, please don't beat me up too much in the comment section. But this is probably why the main reason why Microsoft got kicked off a lot of these phone manufacturers and started opting for a Google or Android.
Isn't Google more reliable? Sorry to cut you off.
No, but
That's good.
Google is Android, basically. So Android is the operating system that phones that are not Apple use usually.
The current
Right.
the exclusive
And we-
ecosystem of Android.
Right. And then we did see what happened to Microsoft when they actually started making phones. They acquired Nokia.
Yes.
And then they started using it for their Windows phones, and it kind of sucked.
You know what Google did in the 2015 and 2014 and 13 was between 2013 and 15. it purchased Motorola for 12 and a half, almost $13 billion.
Okay.
And in order to show Samsung and its competitors that we're going to start, the back end deal is that we're going to start making our own phone. And in 2015, the same year that it launched the Google Pixel, it sold the Motorola rights to another company for $3 billion.
Gamblers.
I thought, yeah, I'm trying to remember, but I thought that Sprint bought up Motorola or had a bigger stake into like buying the company.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't that when it was like walkie-talkie too?
The
2012, 13,
right?
not anymore. But this is early to mid 2000s that you're talking about, and they had a solid
They're pretty good
service.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I mean,
we talked about it in a previous show.
Yeah,
right?
we
had
one.
We
did talk about that. Maybe a couple of shows. Like we had maybe 2 or 3 shows
with Richard. I remember that too.
Yeah, we did mention this before, but yeah, no. For again, if memory serves, Microsoft was just charging way too much money for their operating system for these manufacturers to put on their phone. So they opted for the Android system, which was a free open source platform where people could just modify to their liking and just use it without being charged. And it was just a lot more comfortable. Again, the Google making their Pixel phone, you got a naked Android experience where it's like, this is our operating system with no bloatware, no
Samsung came with a lot of bloatware, the S4, the S5.
Yeah, for the most part, all the Samsung phones. I mean, you can say the same thing about maybe HTC or the Xiaomi phones or the Oppo phones. Or
the Huawei. No, Huawei was clean back in those days.
Well, Nexus again, 6P. Now they have their what? Oxygen OS?
Harmony OS.
Or Harmony? There you go. That's what yeah, so I mean, again, we're not in China, so I don't really.
It's an exclusive for China. Or
Xiaomi doesn't sell here.
No,
Huawei doesn't. Yeah, Huawei.
You're right.
Any Chinese phone doesn't really sell here anymore. You can probably get it. You can probably order it, try to get it into the States like that, but it doesn't really support. It doesn't support Android. It only has their own operating system, and it's very. I don't know how limited it is if you have it here, like what you really can get your hands on.
And you know how Google made its earnings? How Google would get its revenue?
How?
Microtransactions.
Oh yeah, no, that's smart.
And ads. All the ads.
Of course. You're gonna see little banner ads all over your phone. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, that's how they made money. Yeah, of course. And I guess we can ask this as a question for each of our guests.
I feel like this would go straight nicely with Monse, since Monse has been working in the hospital. Have you been told to download the New York State COVID notification app?
To be honest, no. I actually heard it from you for the first time.
Oh yeah, that was like last week, right?
Yeah,
I think you're more of the COVID guy than anybody.
Yeah.
I guess. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Why not, buddy? No, but my whole question more, Ponce, for each of our guests, I guess this can be one of our things that we can ask going forward. What was your first smartphone?
Oh my. Let's see.
Or a mobile phone. How about that?
Well, you can start with a dumb phone and then you can move up to the smartphone.
I can't remember right now. I know.
Remember. Yes.
What did I have? I can't. I remember it was from. I think it was like from Verizon. It was a small long phone.
Did it have a keyboard or was it a flip phone?
No, it was weird because it was like thin, long, but you flipped it up, so it
like a razor.
No, it wasn't a razor. I don't even know. I haven't seen. It looked like a MP3 player type of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I'm drawing a blank.
I can't remember. Well, anyway, I had a BlackBerry too.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll start off with BlackBerry.
There you go. That's your first phone, BlackBerry. Very cool. So what did you do with that? Oh,
She threw it in the trash.
Put it in a fruit salad. There you go.
Did you have it during your high school years?
Yeah.
So yeah, you used it for Microsoft Word maybe and all those things.
Yeah. I remember you could actually, I think that's where you started
It was
typing.
like BBM, right?
Yes.
The full keyboard.
Pass me your BBM.
Yo. Did you have a BBM there, Marcos?
I didn't have a phone until I graduated. Half smartphone.
Smartphone.
A half smart.
Half smartphone, yeah. I had a
flip phone.
Yeah, I had a semi-dumb phone. What was
The
it?
Nextels too.
Well, but that was still a dumb phone. It only had the little
The walkie-talkie.
walkie-talkie feature.
That's the first phone I actually started using.
I mean, besides that, what was it? It was those. I want to say it was an LG phone where you can like swivel it up.
Oh,
You had
yes.
keyboard.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It was like for people. It was
The
a poor
sidekicks?
man's. No, it was
Sidekicks.
It was
the sidekick.
The sidekick.
It
Or
was
the
a
Sony
poor,
Ericsson.
No, I had the poor man's sidekick. It was the
Oh.
LG.
The ghetto version.
Yes. The not sidekick.
Not sidekick.
There you go. It's side, but it just kicked.
It didn't kick.
It kind of like just dropped. But yeah, I mean that's cool. You had the BlackBerry, and then your really smart phone, like your first.
The
Was it
actually
iPhone?
it was a Samsung actually.
Oh,
Hey.
Yes.
Which one?
Team Samsung.
It was a Samsung actually. And then I switched to iPhone.
Why?
Oh.
And that's when it all went down.
And it was great
How
after
was
that.
It's like my phone didn't.
How was your
blow up.
You know, I personally I started hating the Android phone once
No
I started
way.
yeah, I went from an iPhone to an Android. Everything was new. And I
You have to
didn't
learn.
yes.
everything over.
I felt like it was a new toy.
Oh yeah, it does feel like that.
I was
every
like, what
time.
is this? What does this button do?
Now, quick question: How long do you wait until you move up to the next phone, or like you upgrade? Basically,
No,
you wait like maybe 1 year.
I
2
wait.
years,
Yeah.
3 years, 4 years.
I could stay with the same phone maybe for like 2-3 years.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Because we always have
do you
that
hunt the
talk.
flagships?
Huh?
Do you go for the top of the line, or do you have a specific style when looking for a smartphone?
And
She's
not
getting
really.
the iPhone 12.
No. I just pretty much go by.
Patreon for that. GoFundMe for Monse. Get me that.
Give me the
A
new iPhone.
Kickstarter. I need an iPhone, please,
I need the new one.
please.
Okay, so you do wait for your phone to get.
Yeah, but I don't like getting the phones as soon as they come out
Okay.
because I feel like there's always glitches.
Yes.
There's always something wrong with
You're
it.
not wrong.
And then they have to fix it. They fix everything, and then you're like, okay, now I'll get
Maybe.
it. You know,
I think
I'll do this.
okay.
Let me look into my budget.
Right. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh, she sees his flies come out. She's like, oh, dang.
Good lord. What usually is your budget? If you don't mind me asking for a phone. Do you say, oh, $1,000 isn't small drop in the bucket, or
For months, saying no.
or is it like 400 please?
200.
Well, who doesn't love for like 200, 400
Right.
for a phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the most expensive, I got the iPhone 10, which was, I guess it was pretty new.
When
And
you
I-
got it,
yeah,
that was probably
It was
one of
pretty
the-
new.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can't
that's at
remember.
least
It was like-
1,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh,
Damn.
dang.
Yeah, because the
no.
base model started at 1,000, I think. if I remember.
64 gigabyte memory.
No, I couldn't do that. It's too little memory.
You gotta do
Just-
the.
I need the full
You need.
So
I
you did
need
the full
the
128.
the
At least,
128 gigs.
3-digit numbers.
I
I think.
need.
I remember.
We need to extend it to 4 now.
You're not wrong.
That's
Yo,
why
did
I
you
always get
know,
the Samsung because I get the expandable 1 terabyte memory, of course.
Do you know
Mhm.
there's other ways of saying the memory storage? So we're used to like tera, kilobytes and all that.
Kilo. yes.
Megabytes. Yeah.
So for I guess for like more for processors and all that, whenever they talk about like the cache, it's usually KB and you think kilobyte. Well,
Yes.
sometimes that's not the case. It's kibibyte,
Really?
Oh.
millibyte, and all that. Yeah, they're different because
Are they smaller denominations?
No, they're so when you think of like a kilobyte, right? A kilobyte is roughly around 1,000 bytes. When you say a kibibyte, that's 1,024 now.
Oh,
Why
okay.
does
So it's
24
made
though?
to
That makes sense.
it's made to conform with bitwise operation, because if you know bitwise operation is bunch of ones and zeros, but they represent something. So they go up to like 2, 4. The thing is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and that's what we're used to. Like 32 gigabytes of storage. So for stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay.
The more you know.
Right? Where's the
Yeah,
little
I just learned something new.
I first found that weird. It's like, yeah, that's how you program microcontrollers. I'm like, oh no.
Don't tell me what to do!
Basically.
Oh, very good, sir.
I feel like I was hunting for the moment, so I was like, you know what, this is as good as it's gonna get.
Right.
He's
Oh,
like, might
so-
as well go.
So, Marcos, do you have your third, or was that your third, what's it called? Bullet point.
No, I got.
You have one more?
I got more, but I think one more is more than enough.
Yeah, I think just one more, and then we'll move on to, I guess, our next
Life?
segment. Yeah, or food, which is
it's
always
life.
nice. Yeah,
Food.
life. Or COVID, or
Food.
food, or drank. While our good friend Marcos is working on that last bullet point he was going to share with us.
Okay, got it.
Okay, very good.
Oh, there you go.
Very quick on your feet. Thank you.
Okay. The advancement of science and technology is iterative, and once it gets once it gets moving, it doesn't stop. These examples, historical examples, are Leonardo DaVinci, right, with his different documents that they found that he had written an idea for the human body and how to disassemble organs, how the nervous system works, how the
Anatomy. Yeah.
The anatomy
human
of the
heart,
body.
the nervous systems, all those things, way before anyone had an actual knowledge about
Well,
it.
the body is very intricate. So.
And he drew it. He had schematics and all those things.
That little sketchbook.
Like, so where did he get the bodies? That was the
Ooh.
question.
Where can I get that sketchbook?
Yeah.
I needs that, please.
Another one is
Oh wait, no. They've mentioned how where he get, because he
did
used to
buy the bodies?
No. He went up to a morgue. Was like, yeah, can I get some
morgue.
bodies?
Okay, yeah.
Literally,
that
so
makes sense.
he bought them.
Yeah, because you have to realize
I'm
Leonardo
pretty
da
sure
Vinci
he
was a
haggled
big
with
person
them.
back in the day.
You know, can I get it for free?
Yeah, the clout.
Yeah, he had
Maybe.
the clout. No, literally.
Yeah.
Oh. And then another one.
He had the connects.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Exactly.
Another one is Marie Curie or Curie. She developed the standards for radiation and all those things. She was also the first woman that won the Nobel Prize for Science in radiation studies.
Nice.
She set the standards and everything, but you know,
Well, we've had advancements in radiology.
yes,
Right.
thanks to her.
Yeah, we can see through people now.
Oh, nice. X-rays.
Every little detail.
All right.
There's a
See your
present
soul.
example right now that I would say that he could be nominated for a third Nobel Prize for Science.
Josue. Yes, I know. Mr. J.
Would be this gentleman called John B Goodenough.
Good enough. Oh, man.
You mean
not-
the old guy
Yeah,
from Texas?
It's
Yes.
the old guy.
He's like 90 years old right now, and he's still
Yeah,
working
he's
at 11.
ancient. Yeah, he won
He's-
the Nobel
he's my
Peace
guy.
Prize for
Twice.
chemistry with
For
one of my
developing
professors.
RAM.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, no,
Oh,
not
he-
RAM.
Wait, he
Um,
knows
Yeah.
your professor? Like, he used to work with
Him. It was him, a professor from my school, and another professor from a Japanese school who won the Nobel Peace Prize for
Oh,
not
they're-
Nobel Peace Prize,
Oh,
the Nobel
Bravo
Prize for
to them.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Bravo, yeah.
It was for the lithium-ion battery.
Nice.
But before that, he got the RAM Nobel.
No,
Nobel
yeah, I know
Prize.
that too.
I mean,
Maybe.
he needs a movie. Like
I need to know what they eat.
Yeah,
I bet you it's pizza.
and right now they're
ramen.
doing. Right now they're going for another advancement in battery, but using solid state materials. Like their current suggestion is salt, or a version of salt for renewable resources, and increase in in energy retention,
You can
Just
hit
use
up Salt
vibranium.
Bay,
basically.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Sodium.
Yes, I love sodium.
High levels of sodium.
That's what I'm talking about. I need that.
So wait, you said they're using salt or sodium?
No, a version that once it because the current situation with batteries is that they get dendrites, which are more or less calcification in the lithium section of the battery, which sometimes can cause explosions or loss of charge of the retention of charge. And right now, with the current idea with another lady that Mr. Goodenough is working with, she brought a design for using a solid state battery that is designed basically from salt. And I'm just super simplifying it. It's not just salt. It's something that can be much more renewable than getting lithium and can withstand higher temperatures. And
is it less harmful on the planet?
Yeah, lithium is a very harmful pollutant, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't explode.
Boom.
I like
Potentially.
but
Potentially, you're right. You're
but
right.
would this be a better option than graphite?
Right now, they're only using the only theory for graphite is as a physical structure and a electrical circuit distributor and the thermal insulator. They're using the thermal pads for computer components in the military hardware as well. But graphite right now it's available, but there's no machining process to bring it down into battery size right now.
So they can't size it down.
They are, but it's not profitable just yet, unfortunately.
Oh.
Meanwhile, with salt, there's literal salt mines already out in the world.
True.
So there's already
It's cheaper.
there's already a resource available.
Right.
Same thing with graphite because but the production process, right?
I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive doing graphite over salt.
With graphite, you literally have to put like a tape over, like, let's say a piece of graphite, and then melt the piece of tape with an acid.
Interesting. Okay.
But that has to be contained in a pressurized that doesn't have oxygen. It has to be like in space, basically made.
So it has to be in a controlled environment.
Correct. Yeah. Meanwhile, the other one is salt, and once if it oxidizes, you can literally rip the chunk off. And
Definitely more expensive.
Yeah.
Graphite.
Graphite versus
and if
salt.
you add a little pepper with that salt
or
on
lime,
your steak,
you can eat it.
delicious. And I think that's a nice segue to the food segment of our show. So earlier this evening, before we started our podcast, we actually took time to break bread, and unfortunately, Monse came, fastly late, but she came through, which we're happy about. So we did have a nice slice of pizza, with pepperoni, of course.
Of course.
Classic.
Yes, and we have the New York quintessential classic slice. Nice thin
We
crust.
are in New York. We don't have
Only in New York you can get the good
course.
pizza.
It'd be blasphemous.
Exactly. Now, please, I apologize. Well, maybe not apologize. Too strong of a word. But we sympathize with you.
It's our
If
choice.
you're not here
In New York.
having a slice. And again, you might say, but Alan, isn't there COVID running amok over there? Perhaps not in our pizza though.
Yeah.
What about Connecticut pizza?
It's close enough to New York where they can say, "Oh, we have pretty good pizza." Yeah,
But it's not New York.
It's not New York.
It's not New York.
I mean,
Do you really think that New York is actually
I think
dying?
no, not at all.
What do you mean dying? Like,
No, have you seen like in the newspaper they've been talking about how
economic?
everybody's like leaving and New
But-
York isn't
Oh,
what
the
it used
city
to be.
itself.
Yeah.
I think we're still in a pretty good position or spot because, I mean, a lot of people are leaving the bigger cities.
I heard real estate
Obviously,
wasn't doing
right,
too hot.
exactly, and obviously,
Going crazy, right?
New York City is one of those big.
you get a
metropolitan-
shoebox for
Right. But I guess you can say compared to like somewhere like Los Angeles
Damn.
or San
Oh,
Francisco, yeah, no, people are literally trying. I mean, people are so broke they're not able to pick up and leave. Where over here,
Is San Francisco more expensive and LA more expensive than New York City?
I do believe the taxes over there are even higher. I think
Yeah.
California is the highest.
yes,
tax.
California is
Yeah, it's
pretty
the highest
expensive.
tax bracket. So I mean, for people, and you could.
I was contemplating on going to a game show over there.
Really?
But I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back with like $5.
Right.
Please elaborate.
I'm gonna be taxed in California and then come back to New York and be taxed here.
Well, if you did win the big prize, yeah, probably.
Of course.
Which show was that?
But the thing, I think, well, okay, maybe if it's state tax, yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it goes down to even the county, because I mean, compared to the city,
I imagine that
it's probably it's a lot more over here in the county of Westchester. I think it's high, but it's not as high as actual Manhattan.
Oh no, the city's
in right here in our area, it's 8.752%.
Right. So I mean, it's high, but it's at least it's still one digit.
And over there, I think it's over 9%.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Almost 13%.
Yeah. No, it's pretty high.
Yeah, so but you get the California tax, New York tax, you get the state tax, you get the county tax.
Exactly. That's why I said I'm going to come back with $5.
Now, what are you talking about?
If anything, 50 cents.
You're going to come back owing money. What are you talking about?
Right,
yeah, you're still going to owe money.
You still have to get back.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point of that game show?
You came back net zero, I guess.
Basically.
Well, again, maybe they'll throw you a bone. I don't know.
The clout. You come back with the clout that you want to show.
50 cents.
Nah, here's for your troubles.
Negative 50 cents.
Oh,
basically.
Man. No, but yeah, a lot of people are saying that New York or the bigger metropolitan cities are getting, left in the dust, and people are just moving somewhere where there's less people because they're legit scared, of a lot of things. But
the city had a big hit.
Yeah,
it was pretty tragic.
Yeah, but again, I think a lot of things also have to do with
even Coco knows too from the looks of it.
Yeah, Coco.
You hear him.
You can hear him, right?
Yeah,
he agrees.
But I think the city, at least for New York, and I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think it's gonna go, bunk or go to zero anytime soon. I think there's gonna be a revival at some point. I don't think you can count New York City out just yet.
Because we built different.
Yeah, I mean,
we're you New Yorkers.
Absolutely, but
doesn't matter where you go. Everybody's gonna be like, "You from New York?"
Right, and like get away from me because you probably
stand
have
out.
But the thing is, what's more peculiar, I guess you can say, about New York is because we don't have the 70-degree weather all year round like California. But I mean, what we do have is no earthquakes, no massive fires, tsunamis of any kind. I mean, you'll have your.
We'll eventually go undersea.
Or a hurricane.
I mean, you'll occasionally have maybe the one-off tropical storm because a hurricane happened down south. But I mean, or you get that blizzard.
Right now.
Or you get
the blizzards or something in the wintertime. But it's nothing that, that we're,
stop you from anything.
Yeah, it doesn't really stop the engine on the train here. And again, where else are you gonna get like a fantastic slice of pizza or a bagel with a smear of cream cheese or something like that?
Coco's saying, preach it.
Yeah, or some lox and bagels, or even a chopped cheese.
The
bacon, egg, and cheese.
The steak. What is it? Philly cheesesteak? No.
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 That's Philly.
That's Philly.
East Coast, Beast Coast. That's what she's trying to say.
No. Oh my God, what is that sandwich called?
Chopped cheese?
Yeah, chopped cheese.
No, let's see. Let her sip on her drink, and then let's see.
I'm choking here, guys. I'm choking.
Yeah, what is the sandwich that eludes you?
Chicken cutlet?
Chicken cutlet sandwich.
No.
The delicatessen sandwich.
I'm dying.
And
COVID.
it's not COVID.
I'm just kidding.
It's not
No,
COVID.
it's not COVID.
I was literally going to say it's not COVID.
No.
It can be.
Oh, man. Well, until she gets that,
that little,
getting through. I mean, we do have a lot of great, I guess, eateries here, you can call them, or what's left of them. But here in the Westchester area, they haven't really closed down completely. I still see quite a few restaurants still open and operating, and it's just refreshing to see that still, the case. Unfortunately, in the city, it's a little less. It's a little
Support your
locally-
mini markets.
Yeah, support your local
really, yeah.
businesses. Yeah, definitely.
Your
But
little bodegas and stuff.
the bodegas, yes, you gotta, Poppy in the bodega, you gotta
The Poppy.
hold it down.
Gonna help Felix, you know.
Felix the cat, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we have. There has to be something in that water that makes that pizza delicious. That's what it is.
They don't wash their hair. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That seasoning, yo. Ever since COVID, people started washing
That's
their
that
hands.
secret
That's
sauce.
salty. That's salty.
Yeah, that food start tasting different, right?
You're
Oh,
like,
you're all
"Mm."
nasty.
Matter of fact, is there a drink available? Is there another drink?
Yeah, definitely. You want me to hold you down?
Yes, please.
buddy.
I need a drink.
Yes.
It's not alcoholic. It's just a seltzer.
He's back at it again with the seltzer.
You okay? You were literally you're like, oh no.
She was choking on her own saliva and everything.
Someone said question.
Answer.
In previous podcasts, we talked about our experience with since the beginning of March.
Okay.
How was your experience in the medical field?
Well, I mean, obviously the
She don't
hospital's
got
always, we always got something going on. But
Yeah.
definitely the numbers did start rising once this whole situation started happening. It was very tragic. That's all I can say. It was something that you could never be mentally prepared for. And I feel that being inside, there was like strikes or protests, outside, people saying, this is all a lie. It's all government, whether it was government based, or whether it was actually something that
Naturally
was
occurred.
Yeah, which I highly doubt. But anyway.
Which was a conspiracy or a natural disaster? What was your like?
No, I think that it was something that was conjured up. It was already planned.
Oh my.
Definitely planned. But it's just a lot,
Now, do you're explaining this to us, but do you have any colleagues that share your thought process about it? Were you one of the few
in the sense of
this was actually mass produced or made?
No, I mean
human engineering.
You get multiple opinions. Some of them believe that it was from the bats.
I can elaborate with you because you went to our place to see when my parents and I how we were, right?
Yeah,
we were messed up.
I was saving lives outside of the hospital.
Yeah, like I thought I was supposed to burn it off literally because I was in a blanket and I was like, I'll sleep and put a blanket on. I'm hot. Like with the fever, but I think I'm supposed to burn it off. And once it comes in, don't do that. Why? You burn brain cells. I'm like, oh,
yes.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
That's why it's important if you
cold showers, baby.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. That could even make it get worse sometimes. But
really, I was just playing.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's why you're the nurse.
No, yes. I mean, obviously, you the main goal is for you to get the fever off from your head,
right?
But like my sisters, they always get. You have to put the little, the little Mexican style,
Okay.
Home remedies.
With the home remedies with the little paper towel on the head.
With the spray.
Yes.
The 7-Up.
I know that you went to our house more than once and you saw like the after effects.
Yes.
Of just me, my dad, my
well,
dad.
One of them actually, it was clots. Some people were saying they were getting like side effects and they were getting clots. So, they were constantly getting anticoagulants, which thin out the blood to get rid of the
hospital, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of blood thinners, right?
Mm.
Ouch.
That's dangerous too.
Of course, anything in extreme is dangerous.
Yeah, like an example, like I remember a couple.
We were flipping the patients.
What does that mean?
It has a word. I can't right now. My brain went blank.
Hey there, Marcos here. There are links to contact me via email, Twitter, or an actual voice message. Just for content. I'll get to them as soon as possible and address them throughout the show. Once again, there are links in the show notes to contact me via email, Twitter, or even a voice message. Thanks for listening, Life, Tech, and Sundry. Now, back to the show.
Don't worry.
But
Drink up. Don't
we
worry.
would get
Keep on
the
going.
patients.
It's all a blur.
We would flip them around.
So
we
you
would
can
leave
leave
them on their belly,
Okay.
for
Let
a
the
couple of
mucus-
hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you keep them on their back all the time, the mucus tends to fill up their lungs, which is what causes them to
Right.
start
Not
having
be able to
difficulty
breathe.
breathing.
It doesn't feel nice. I can tell
Yeah,
you that.
no.
Wow.
So,
I mean, sometimes I even still have some cough spasms, but I feel like it's like traumatic because I remember when I'm like washing the dishes or taking a shower, I would have my cough spasms there because it would feel encerrado. What's the word in there?
oh,
Enclosed.
claustrophobic. Like,
Oh yeah,
Enclosed.
claustrophobic.
Enclosed, not claustrophobic, but I remember I would have the cough spasm
Yes.
and my abs would hurt. And
Working the abs out, buddy.
yeah, and I would have
you can end
a
up with
little
a six pack.
of headaches too.
Yeah,
And
lack of oxygen.
yeah, and I was like, and now that I'm not sick, I still like want to do the clear my throat and all those things.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a traumatic
Oh
experience.
no, I went through thousands of teas while I was there.
Tease
That
help
was
a
a
lot.
ritual.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get home, change all your clothes. I mean, we had a change of clothes at work.
Burn clothes.
No,
The PPEs,
they would
right?
give us
the personal protection
they would give us new scrubs.
scrubs.
They would
Oh,
give us different
wow.
scrubs. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that where you were working, the hospital that you were working at, had enough funds to actually provide that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Even though there
good.
was protests outside and whatnot.
Well, a lot. The protests were basically people that didn't believe in, and they would just say that it was something that was made up, it was fake.
Their right to protest.
But when you're inside the hospital, you're seeing these people,
Sick.
bad. I had people, which was probably the worst feeling ever, is them begging me not to let them die. So they
That's
put you in a
hard.
tough situation, and
Yeah.
especially when you see that they can't last
Right.
more than 5 minutes without oxygen. Even to feed them a spoonful of food, it was very hard for them to even bite it. They had to constantly have oxygen on them.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Is there like an option to like just give it to them via
IV
intravenous
or something.
IV? Yeah.
The food.
Yeah, like
Well-
a nutritional option.
Well, you can, but not. I mean, if they're able to chew and they do that effort, because if you stop chewing, your muscles tend to also collapse. I never really understood why swallowing was such a important thing
Factor.
for our bodies and stuff. But in reality, it is.
No, I
We
can't.
take
stop
we take
thinking,
so
yeah.
many things for granted,
Right.
like
It's little things that we never
that you would never think, and then because you can't swallow something, it could be a big problem. It can be a
Right.
big issue. You could potentially take a sip of water and it goes into your lungs. Then what do you have?
Yeah,
Pneumonia.
yeah. No, yeah, like the cough spasms of drinking
Yeah.
when your water goes just a little bit the
Yeah.
wrong way.
So it's we take a lot for granted.
No,
And I think during this whole COVID situation, it made a lot of people realize that, you'd be grateful that you're still
able to chew
you're
and
able to
swallow
chew, you're
food.
able to swallow, you're able to blink,
Yeah, you're able to move and walk.
Yeah. A lot of people I had patients who, if they wanted to get up, they couldn't. They would just collapse because it would make them very exhausted.
Was that normal? The thing under the hip, the like from the pelvis down to feel like that area, or your entire body just like you got hit by a bus?
Yeah, well, the issue was that you would get symptoms like the flu, similar to the flu, which caught people off guard. Everybody thought that it was the flu at the beginning. They would constantly just be like, "Oh, it's the flu, we'll just give you regular meds." But they would not get any response most of the times. The fevers were constant, and we were giving out Tylenol, Percocet.
Ibuprofen. Oh, whoops, wrong one. What is it? The other one? The other chemical name for it? Not ibuprofen.
Amphetamine?
No. What?
Amphetamine?
No. It's a name. Damn it, I forgot the name. We were talking about it back when, don't get Tylenol, get the other one. Not Ibuprofen. No, but it has
Cedrin?
not the brand. That's like the brand technically. It has in the nutritional facts or the warning. What is it? It's not ibuprofen. Not even acetazolamide. I don't know. It just it eludes me. I don't know why. But we were talking about it don't take this brand. Make sure that you take brands of flu medicines that have this chemical in them.
Like the Mucinex.
Yes.
That was actually I was sent to a testing site. I mean, it snowed on that week.
No
and
way.
I was stuck. I was stuck there for from 8 a.m. all the way until 5 p.m. So I was drenched. But I ended up getting a fever, but it was because
Yeah, you got
I literally got a cold. It was not the COVID, but yeah, I was actually out for roughly 2 weeks.
You came with your solutions to us. I remember.
Oh yes, I did home remedies.
Things that help lower the heat.
I did a lot of eucalyptus inhalations.
Oh man.
I was pretty
chamomile tea all day.
Yep.
Ginger and
onion. Here, smoke this.
Soup, chicken soup.
And then the changing of flavor
your palate gets messed
my
up.
brother Misa over here, he suffered that. He didn't suffer the physical ailments, just the
palate.
The palate. Yeah. And
you don't taste anything.
Yeah, he didn't taste anything.
Right?
It's flavorless, yeah.
He would smell things.
Yeah, your scent got damaged. Taste got damaged.
And
is that permanent or did it come back?
That was my next question.
No. I mean, a lot of people, they pretty much went back to their normal once I guess they kind of got through it. But it would get complicated because when they were on the ventilators, if you get some other, you run the risk of getting an infection through the vents and everything. Although we changed them and cleaned them and everything, but you still run that risk.
It's a traumatic process just to put the ventilator in.
Yeah.
You told us all that.
Yeah.
You can get a cut in their throat.
Yeah. If they don't know how to do it, obviously, they can hurt you. But even after they take it, a lot of people can't talk. It's hard for them to talk because it's so sore and,
Do they have classes to try to rehabilitate them to speak again, or?
It eventually comes back, but imagine just having something down your throat for a period of time.
Right.
Which helps you to breathe and stay alive, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess.
There was a lot of mucus, though. So it was constant cleaning of, the mucus.
And infections, right?
That was one of the biggest issues. People becoming sepsis, which is the infection in blood. Another
thing to add.
Yeah. So that's what would complicate things most of the time. Even if they only had COVID. I mean, we ended up having to close entire floors exclusively COVID. But we ended up having to open up other areas to people who didn't have COVID. But even then, the testing process was kind of not quick enough. And we didn't have enough resources at some point, It got to a point where we didn't have enough to test the patients anymore. The testings would take some period of time.
It's a bad memory for Coco.
Yes, he didn't like it. I had to stay away from him for a while. But the biggest concern was bringing it home to the family.
Coco is, recounting. Yes, Coco. Yes,
he remembers.
He remembers.
He remembers the long periods away from us.
Fondly, yeah. Oh,
did you hear that, Jose? How the dog made all those sounds?
Yeah, I'm like, what
Sorry.
is he doing? What have you been feeding him, Monse?
He's remembering.
He eats apples and blueberries.
Oh,
Oh no.
he's a vegan? Or
He likes everything.
He's an omnivore.
Yeah, he eats anything.
Yo, have you ever seen the challenge where they like try to mimic a dog having a diet, so they'll grab the dog food, but they'll grab like so little and they just put it on a plate and see what happens.
no, I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't
Those
seen
are
that.
funny because like
You
some
might
of the
have to
dogs,
send that
yeah,
to me, but-
You gotta
but, like,
share that video.
right?
So there's
Okay.
like it's mostly been with smaller dogs, but when you do that to a smaller dog, they get mad and they try to attack you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
imagine.
I don't know about that.
So, as far as COVID goes, do you see that there's like a spike or is it picking back up now that we're going into autumn and the fall and winter season?
Well, we've had a couple cases. We still have had a couple cases. And the thing is that a lot of the times they go, unseen pretty much. And then once you get the testing, it's pretty much like,
Is that more of like the asymptomatic type
I was
of
gonna ask that.
situation?
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So
it's more recent.
you have it. You don't have.
At this point, I'm pretty sure everybody has had it, to be
Okay.
honest. In all reality, I believe everybody has had it.
And
It's like MRSA.
right, it goes through the system. And that's it.
I am convinced that if I get tested for MRSA, I'm going to come out positive. I mean,
I mean, you're
How?
dealing with a lot of patients, so you
Yeah.
must pick something up at some point.
yeah. But I mean, my body needs to be strong and take it.
Right.
Take it like a champ.
Tough as
But you
nails.
said
over
strong
here.
and taken?
What?
What? Oh, tough
I
as
heard-
nails, guy.
Oh, I heard taken. I'm like, wait, what does this have to do with anything?
The
You gotta
movie,
be
Liam
strong
Neeson.
and take it.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would, since I guess a lot of people probably watch news and stuff like that. A lot of people are in that, I guess, scared mentality or fear mongering where the people on the news are basically coming out with these statistics or these graphs or just letting people, oh, there's a spike in COVID in this location or this state or this.
I'm convinced it's going to go away the minute we get the presidential elections over.
Yeah,
Over with.
I guess there's a lot of
Something magical is going to happen.
Damn it. Damn it.
Again, another thing that we probably touched upon last podcast, but didn't go deep into was that as of right now, the president of the United States has COVID. His, I guess, close, immediate circle has it to a certain degree, and
I'm convinced he had it already.
probably right. This is just some show.
Yes, especially after the debate.
Well, again, personally, I thought that
I
debate was
concur. Unfortunately,
horrible.
I concur. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the debate was horrible. Both of them looked lackluster,
Exactly.
crappy.
This is a man that has, not
He's
to get into
representing the
politics or
country.
anything, but
I enjoyed the vice president debate a lot
Debate
more.
more?
Yeah, and I think, and again,
you have to. He's a man of his show,
Who,
Right.
Trump?
Trump. Yeah,
I feel like-
he's a man
Well,
of his show.
that's what he was. He's never changed.
That's his brand.
That's what I'm
MO,
saying.
yeah.
So he had to come up with something
Right.
to, reel people in and be like,
Right.
oh, poor
Yeah,
man,
Poor president.
poor.
Yeah, no, not poor in any
It's like
sense.
first he got small hands,
Oh,
and
no,
now he
he's
got
smart.
COVID.
Poor Sleepy
Super
Joe.
smart. Yeah, Sleepy Joe is right. My man was like reading off his paper, like, let's see what these people wrote for me tonight so I can read to the people of the United States. Again, not to get political, I thought, for the vice president debate, I thought Pence did a really good job compared
I agree.
to
The president.
the what's it called? So what's her name? Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, there you go. I just thought he did a better job than she did. As far as actually giving more insight and information and more about their policy.
Mm-hmm.
as far as
I mean, I don't know. That fly kind of looked more interesting than that.
well,
sometimes.
that's the thing. I mean, if we can be that type of person that says, all right, be dismissive and talk about a fly, but a fly isn't going to solve our policy issues. I mean, I'd rather hear the policy and let that speak for itself. If I'm going to pay attention to a dumb fly, like, then am I really here for anything else but the fly? Like, I mean, again, this is not to get political, but I mean, let us actually hear the policy, because we're not in a good situation. In a government sense, we're not in a really good situation. Now, I'm not trying to take chances and get into a worse situation by voting and having either or, whether it be blue or red, mess it up even more than it already is. So that's the only reason. Like, I know a lot of people like to, I guess, meme on on Pence.
It's their hot takes.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not an
if
in-depth
that's-
conversation.
And if that's their point of argument, I mean, really, you're gonna screw the policy, screw what they were saying, but you want to focus on the fly. I think our priorities are a little skewed at that point, and that makes no sense. Again,
well, I mean, I think it's skewed from the presidential debate where it was mostly two kids fighting. But
right.
They just needed to throw fists.
But
that's all they needed.
again, that's
true.
That's them.
That's the attention.
That's the attention that they're drawing.
Attention seeking.
And like, it's like that saying says, what's it called? Just for the clout or just for the attention, they're gonna do whatever it takes, And as far as the vice presidential debate went, I think it was a lot more grounded. I mean, yeah, there was
much more civil.
Yeah, it's a lot more civil, but even then, you can actually make a more coherent argument about who had proper policy or who's trying to do something about it. And yeah, there was a lot of, he said, she said type of thing going on. But it would actually make you think about who's a lot more prepared and who do you think, either whether it be, out in a debate or even behind closed doors, who's going to do a better job of being more cool, calm, and collected and making a sound decision about policy and what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, that's just my take. I mean, everybody else, I mean, if you think the fly was more interesting than you trying to get a candidate inside the White House that's a little more competent, I mean, okay, focus on the fly. If you want to vote for the fly, vote for the fly.
Basically, that's your right to vote. I want to also add another opinion. I like to follow another podcast called Radio Ronin. I don't know if I've shared it with you, Alan. I know I shared it with also a while ago, but this gentleman, I forgot his last name or his stage name is Chunga, right? Jimmy Chunga, and he was a representative, a consultant for politicians since the early 2000s, and he was like gave his opinion about this presidential, not the vice presidency, the presidential debate, that people went there with the wrong intention. They went there to be informed, when in reality you're supposed to be informed beforehand, do your due diligence and research, and then critique your candidate, not critique the other candidate, because you studied the guy that you wanted back and critique what he got wrong or what she got wrong for the vice presidency. This also applies, but in the case,
I think Coco's very outspoken right now.
Yeah,
he must have saw the presidential debate.
Yeah, but they were saying
very attentive.
For as the viewers, we went the grand majority that they were giving their hot takes, which was the wrong idea to start with. You're never supposed to go with hot takes because you don't know how you're gonna feel 5 minutes later or 2 days later, an hour later. Some people even doing it to be ironic or for more attention to them, a marketing thing at the end of the day. But yeah, what this guy was saying was that you should have done your homework. If you wanted to be informed in a debate, you were going in with the wrong intentions from the start.
Right. That's sound advice. Yeah, you should definitely look up the type of policy and type of background each of the individual has and what they're offering before you even look at what they're about to spew out their mouth. And obviously, what you saw was just a joke of
a show. It's like I was watching The Simpsons or
Yep.
It was reality TV.
Reality TV, yeah.
Basically. Yeah, no, that's why.
Will the Simpsons get it correct this time?
Yeah, right. But again, I mean, I just can't wait for I guess you can say the COVID situation to be over. So there's one less thing they can use as an excuse in order for them to get your vote. I guess you can say, because like to Moses' point, I think that at some point after the election, whether they vote blue or
there were also actually rumors. I can't account for those rumors. Like, I can't confirm or
yeah.
If they were real or not. But they were saying that the hospital, like if a hospital said, somebody passed away from like the COVID, that they would get paid more. Like the hospital would get more funds for each patient that passed away with COVID.
Right.
So it's like a conspiracy.
I did hear about this.
I also heard about this.
I don't know if it's actually real, because to be honest, I wasn't worried about
worried about lives,
the money or whatever.
I was worried about
you were doing your
the
job.
human,
Yeah.
But I mean, not everybody saw it that way. I know there was a lot of people that it was,
but it does
mentally, emotionally draining,
right?
Yeah.
But
on a daily.
My question would be that those accolades or bonuses were paid to people that were doctors, not nurses, or was it everyone included?
Well, they said it was for the hospital, like towards the hospital.
Okay.
They did give a bonus out for all the
you were
employees,
telling us before
the essentials. But
that's interesting. I never heard that, at least news wise, that people that working in the hospital were getting bonuses. This is the first time.
No, we only got one bonus.
Oh, is that
the one that you told me?
It was just one bonus, and that was it.
Was it like a high five? What type of bonus were we talking about? Was it money wise? Was it money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
you don't have to go into detail. That's all the listeners should know.
I mean the restaurants, that were closed, they would send us food.
Yeah,
I mean, they were great. I have nothing to say about. I mean, I'm so grateful we had that.
Everybody was looking.
Yeah, they were.
The community.
Yeah,
that
the
was
community
nice.
Especially
was very
here,
good.
right around this location.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the big things, and like I guess you can say in the Westchester.
Yeah,
area.
we had ice cream. The ice cream truck come by.
Nice. Awesome.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, every little bit counts.
Yeah. No, they would give us literally boxes of food.
Okay.
So it was good. It was good food.
I bet it. I mean, Westchester.
The minute that it was gone, I actually missed it. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, Westchester.
I didn't have to
is
bring
nice,
food.
has pretty good food. Was there any restaurant that you were like, oh, I haven't had this. Oh, I didn't know they made this. Wow, this was good food. Where's this from? Like, did you ever have that?
To be honest, I was just like, food.
It was just
It was just those little sparkles in my eyes.
You were keeping it real.
I just
it was nice. I like
kept
that.
it coming.
nice. Okay. I would have thought like, oh, who made the side of the box? Oh, this. restaurant did that. You just said
the food
thank
was
you.
amazing. I said thank you.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
Pa
Yeah.
dentro.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So then, as far as the hospitals are concerned, the more that they said it was COVID, they would get more funds into the.
That's what I heard. I mean,
Okay.
it was something that actually, I guess, went around. Everybody or a lot of people must have heard of it.
A lot of people did hear this
I heard of it
on
too.
the news. I mean, there was doctors that were coming out and saying, "We're being incentivized to say incentivized to say that if a person died and we would put COVID on a thing, that we would get money,
More
for
bonuses.
that."
Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, personally, I didn't see any of that.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't focused on any of that. My main priority was to save these people,
Right.
Thankfully, I didn't. All my patients came out, but
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good.
but it was very hard to see them. We ran out of vents. We had to get more.
Right. Was there any shortage of items that like vents?
Yeah, there was. But
Now, since we are in the Westchester area, you saw that we had that big construction in front of the county center.
yes.
Was that used at all, or what was that? Do you know why that was constructed?
That was
emergency
made
tent,
for
yeah.
COVID.
Okay.
It was people that were not, because we literally filled capacity pretty much.
And the hospital was
and
full.
the hospital was full. Like I said, we had to close down. They had to build walls up to, you would literally walk in, dress up, gown up, everything, put the mask, they would give us a mask. We were used to, if you walk into a room with a patient that has like a precaution, like MRSA or E. coli or whatever, we would always have to ungown and throw it out. But now it was like everybody in there, so you had to change your actual clothes that you would go into work with, and change into the scrubs that they gave us if you were being sent to a COVID floor. But I mean, we closed the 3rd floor, the 4th floor, the 5th floor.
How many floors did this hospital have? 5 or 6?
It's like 18.
It's like 6 floors.
Damn, you were literally maybe on the lobby just.
But it goes main, 3rd, 4, 5, 6. So, but there's a lot of, I went to places I didn't even know existed to be honest.
I took my COVID test over there in that hospital.
Yeah. So, but the ER, everything changed. Now you had to go through, the little tent to get tested and questioned and everything. They stopped the visitations. And even if someone passed away, they would put, certain reasons why you couldn't go in. But one of the things that I honestly saw was that they weren't testing them fast enough. So if they were cohorting a room, and then for whatever reason, one of the patients came out with COVID or being positive with the COVID, the other person wasn't being tested. It was just kind of like, okay, let's move this patient out. And
wow, so it's just next.
Yeah.
Next.
Kept it coming.
Yeah.
Those are things that I feel like there's a lot that isn't being said, and a lot of things that are being kept
under the rug.
Under the radar. And until you're inside and actually see the reality of things, is that you're like,
you don't
wow,
get the full grasp.
It's like, where's humanity?
Yeah.
We actually had a neighbor who, he passed away. He could have been saved. I'm convinced he could have been saved. But the first question was, what's his date of birth? They gave the date of birth. The man that actually passed away was 55. And
wow, that's not that old.
He's not. And I was told by the family that they saw that the paramedics made a phone call. The doctor was like, what's the date of birth? What's the reason that you guys were called? This happened at 10:30 at night. They arrived. I was oblivious to the entire thing. Like, I had no idea what was going on with my neighbors. Well,
you were deep in it. You were doing. Don't blame yourself. It's like,
no, we didn't even know. We never heard the ambulance. We never heard anything until it was 3 a.m. when I saw that the car that comes to pick up the body.
Oh wow! Okay.
It was 2, 3 a.m, and I was like, hold on, because I heard the car backing up, and I was like, wait, that sounds like another type of car,
right?
It's not a regular, I thought it was
It wasn't a regular ambulance, was it?
No, it's actually a van.
Is it the black van?
It's not black. It wasn't black.
It was the pick up the body van.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's when I realized that
someone had passed away.
I didn't know who. And until obviously in the morning we went to check on the family and be like, what
and
happened. And then they gave us the full recap, and I'm like, your family member could have
easily
been saved. Something could have been done. And
wow.
It sucks when you see that.
And it's your neighbor. It's close to home. Yeah.
So, I feel that a lot of times, I actually had another friend of mine tell me that her grandmother was hospitalized and she went in for complete nothing related to COVID. And
There was complications.
they wanted to put her into like a COVID area. And apparently the daughter of the lady went and she started fighting. She was like, no, my mom, she didn't come in with COVID. Why do you guys want to move her? I want to see documentation that she does have it or that she could potentially have it.
Because it's a life or death thing.
Yeah, and I feel, and if you actually realize it was the larger population that passed, there was a lot of deaths within the larger population, like
Older?
elderly.
Yeah, the elderly. Nursing homes. I have a couple people that I know who work at nursing homes, and the term that they used was they're dropping like flies.
Wow.
And it's sad. It's sad to hear and know all of that. Like I said, it's very emotionally, mentally, physically draining to see all of that because you want to do, if you're in the field because you like to do, to save
you have a
people,
passion for that.
That's what you went in for, not just for the money. Then it's worth it. Like you know that you're in it for the goodness of your heart,
right?
I guess. But not a lot of people go in it. A lot of people are like, it's a secure job.
Or whatever the case is.
I know I'm gonna have work for X amount of years, and I'll be getting paid
right
a good amount.
That is a sad fact, but yeah,
It's all a business, to be honest.
yeah, no,
There's
Everything's
a
busy.
lot of drama.
Yeah, I mean, you can also see how the schools are doing. Well, not so good. Josue is a testament to that, right?
And my little
Josue?
brother over here can also attest to it.
Oh, East.
Highlands. They go high
Yo,
school.
way with the name dropping there, buddy.
Yeah. That's
I paused.
High pause. Yeah, there you go.
One of the middle schools actually, they said that the teacher and a student came out positive with
I heard
COVID.
about that. Yeah, I did.
So I don't know. I feel like you said, I think that this is all a little game to
little
see what's
hoax.
gonna happen.
Well, maybe they just went with it to try to close down the school because I don't know, for whatever reason they want to do digital school.
Are you trying to say protest, more or less?
No. A lot of people, I guess, have their own agendas.
Yeah.
Oh my God! But this
unfortunately.
online schooling, it's
Yeah.
hard.
Hey, it's no one's
It's for the little kids.
I guess for one solution, you're gonna find another. Like for
There's
that
a
one solution,
bunch more
there's a bunch more
problems.
problems
Yeah,
for that one
unfortunately.
solution, and it's like it's gonna be like that for a while until people start getting into the rhythm of things. A lot of people that are like digital for their work, I'm pretty sure that it's convenient, but there's
you can
certain
never turn it off.
limitations.
You can never turn it off. I can tell you for experience what I was doing.
Of course, bro.
You have to be disciplined in having your own schedule because you could easily go from 7 a.m. till 7 a.m. again till the next day.
right?
I would do 24-hour shifts. Like, oh wait, where'd the day go?
Well, our cousin, she was actually telling me that at home she felt like she was working more because she would work
I tell you,
from
24-hour shifts, and then
until
that's
like
me.
1 a.m. I'm
me
like,
doing what
are you
I
getting
do.
paid?
What is this?
Suli.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's the overworking. Damn.
Yeah, and I asked her, I said, will they pay you for the extra time? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
I said, you guys should get paid.
no,
That's a rob.
That's
You're
And
you're
then-
working more than
right, and
you're.
then this is the reason why people that are on unemployment find the need to say, "Well, I'm making more than
you
I'm working."
You were saying that, yeah.
People were like,
$600 a week.
so unemployment. I think it's about $400 to $500 plus another $600 that you were getting because of the government help.
Yes.
You're making about $1,000 a week, not doing a thing.
That's awesome. I mean, hey,
Listen,
I would have claimed it too.
listen, if you're making less than minimum wage or almost minimum wage, after taxes, you're making about $300 to $400, right?
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
on a good week, you're maybe, if you get the time and a half, whatever the case is, you're making like almost maybe like
500.
4, not even 5. Okay, maybe we'll do like round
Oh, like-
numbers, 500, right?
Four
You're
nine-
making-
499
Right.
and 99 cents.
and for you to come out ahead in a week with $1,000,
That's
or say you have like you're in credit card debt or something like that,
Oh.
$700.
why do you think everybody was shopping? Now the money's gone and they're like, ooh.
Yeah,
How?
yeah. If you were smart and you had that income coming in and you were able to put it in a high yield savings account, okay, maybe you say, well, the interest rate is crap right now. All right, maybe I'll put it into, investing in stocks or putting into paying off a car loan or mortgage or something of that nature.
Mhm.
That would have been a better use for your money, because then now you're at zero. You don't have to worry about it. But those are the people that you start listening. Oh, you know what? I just put a new down payment. Wait, what? You got into more debt? What?
Let me find out.
Yeah, right. It's like, no, I needed to get the new car, or there was just that Gucci.
It was this
Gucci.
house.
With these gas prices.
Yeah, right.
Wait, they actually dropped though.
Yes, that was so.
Okay, this is we'll probably get into that in a little bit, but like, let me just say, people getting that Gucci, face mask.
Oh my god.
What a scam, don't you think?
Yeah,
It's smart for Gucci.
Branding is everything, right? No, but going back to the home, I guess you could say the mortgage and the real estate in and around where we live in Westchester, it's crazy. A lot of houses on the market for sale. Some people that literally left the city came over and just bought up different houses. But now I guess you can say 3 to 4, 5 even months in, and there's still houses on the market that aren't being sold because the price just isn't right. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can put a down payment, you get a home loan, and you're paying little to nothing because interest rates are at 0%. So what's going on? Right now, people are not buying because the prices aren't good at the moment. And then there's homeowners.
They crunched the numbers. They saw that it's not
It doesn't
smart.
make sense.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. It's just way too high. It's way too
Yeah,
high.
I did read that.
And then people that aren't going to get the price that they want for the houses are looking that they're going to probably have to sell their homes at a loss, are taking it off the market. And they're saying, I'm not selling my house until it's the right time.
Yeah.
So people,
Smart move.
yeah,
It's
and there's
smart for
people,
them, yeah.
you can look around, like the places I've been around recently, up and down around Westchester, I see houses on sale. And some of these signs I've seen for about 6 months already, 5 months, and they haven't sold their homes. And it just goes
This is
to
going to
show
be
you.
a tough one to get back up from.
Right. So a lot of people are speculating, okay, come November, we'll see the elections. We'll see where the home rates go. Possibly they're going to go through the floor. And they're going to get even cheaper just because, what a lot of people don't understand sometimes is that we're in a bubble of sorts where, we're just creating debt. At least the
Like in
Fed is-
2008?
like the home. Yeah.
Oh, no.
But this one is going to be even worse because we're literally, not we, but the Fed is creating money out of thin air.
Yeah.
And what do? Does that money even have any value to it?
It's going to lose the value.
Of course.
And it already has
Yeah.
So
devaluing,
we've
right?
seen it, and people around the country are probably seeing it right now, and around the world probably. If you're listening out there, please in the
to
comment
that one
section.
listener in Australia and
Shout
in
out to
Canada.
you. Yeah. Oh, we love you guys.
In Canada,
Oh,
Australia,
shout-outs.
and the United States.
Yeah, no, and listen, you're gonna see at some point, if not, or you're already seeing it, where you see inflation going on with the food. When just going to the supermarket, what used to be your weight, or you're buying $100
that was
or
ridiculous.
$200
Our
worth of
sandwiches.
groceries, you're now wasting or spending about $300 to $500 on groceries, and you're like, wait, why the hell?
I
did it
remember
go up
$20
so much?
used to go a long way.
Right. And you would say, well,
I think we
I'm
were
just
talking
happy.
about that
Yeah.
a little bit, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely. And these are the things that just make you
How
take
when we were
pause.
younger used to be $1. You could
Right.
get chips, juice, candy.
For those Mexican, individuals listening to us, I mean, we used to go to the restaurant, a Mexican restaurant at that, and get a torta with like $1 IC for like about $5 or so.
And now it's like
Where?
a torta.
Oh, over here on the block.
Damn.
And I would opt for the Coca-Cola instead of the IC. But again,
You take it up a notch.
yeah. So now you're lucky if you can get something at McDonald's for about $5,
$5,
right? You
nothing.
get the
$1
J
menu.
Balvin or
The dollar menu.
or
Is
the
a dollar
Travis
menu
Scott.
still? Yes.
Let me get the Travis Scott and the J Balvin menu, from McDonald's. So these are the things that you should be wary about. You should be picking up on these little inconsistencies and say, what can I do in order for myself to be in a better position? Well, obviously you can hedge against that by getting out of debt. That would be a awesome idea to take into account. Or you can actually buy something that, has some monetary value. Maybe you want to get into precious metals like
More
gold or
stable.
silver.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah,
that.
or maybe you want to, if you live somewhere, for those that live in your own home, or you're living with family and you're still living with your parents, maybe it would be a good time now to pay off the mortgage if you're able to, in order for you to have something stable. Yes, property taxes exist. Yes, you still get charged for your utilities, but it's minuscule to the price of a mortgage. I can tell you that. But at some point, when after the election, maybe next year, we don't know. Things might get better. Maybe things might get worse. But what can you do? Well, again,
Time will only tell.
right. Again, we're not financial advisors. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Please don't sue me, bro. I'm just trying to, give you a little bit of insight and information for you guys to actually, start taking the time to think about it and go through the motions of doing something about it.
Reconsider, basically.
Being proactive about these things that really matter. Again, I'm not financial advisor or anything, but take the time to read up and study up on these things, and get yourself healthy. Start getting off your you're behind and get moving. Do some exercise.
Go running.
Eat a little healthier.
Go dance.
Don't be like me. Just eat pizza. Well, but get yourself in a situation where getting your daily dose of
Vitamin D.
Yeah, there you go. Sunshine. Get your vitamin C or something, and get yourself in a better place physically, mentally, and emotionally, so you can do a better job in positioning
Meditate.
yourself. Yeah, positioning yourself in a better situation. Guys, also,
may I elaborate with something?
yeah, sure.
I don't know, in your opinion, Monse, was this like a psychological thing? I don't know if I told you that I returned to work at the courthouse, right?
Mhm.
When I started working over there, I felt like happier because I was completing an objective. Like
Mhm.
there was more of an accomplishment that I felt inside. Like,
Yes. Actually, the suicide rates actually went up during this whole
I
COVID.
did hear that.
I was actually talking to some psychologists,
Mhm.
and they were saying that the amount of children that were going to see a psychologist had also gone up because of the fact that some of them were in very abusive households,
yeah, I
and
forgot
their
about
way
that.
of escape was only through school. So we will probably see more situations of those. I don't know how the psychiatric hospitals are. Oh, couldn't speak for a second.
Don't worry. about it. Yeah, no, that's a scary
We'll
thought.
see. Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, like
have to.
I was happy when I was working, doing my own thing, like you do. But then, like, oh, I have an objective to do.
Right.
I would go to sleep early. I told you, right? My method. I would go to sleep like at 7, wake up at 3, do whatever I want for editing for the podcast, go to work, come back, eat, shower, sleep.
Because we're already wired to have a routine.
But that routine made me happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, because that's how we've been wired now. You know,
I don't like to work, but I mean, it does. It gives
because
you a reason of doing
it. Gets you up and moving.
Yeah.
So your body starts, you get all your hormones and emotional.
The thing is that I didn't know I was sad. I didn't feel sad, but I felt more of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, you're a human being, and like any human being, when you have a task that you're fulfilling, you feel accomplished. Of course.
I've taken care of lawyers, of people who have a very busy lifestyle. So the minute that they have fallen into the hospital because of whatever reason,
that's mentally draining on them.
right? Because they feel they feel like they can't do anything, like they feel tied, and it's like their liberty is being taken away.
Look at my dad, I told you, right, Alan?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like my dad right now, he feels like he should help, like just when we're taking up the groceries, like I should be helping.
Yeah.
Not that.
So
take it slow.
It's because that's what he has been doing all his life.
Right.
He's
busting his hump working.
He's a man that doesn't just like to sit around. Yeah, he likes to be involved.
Bad. He feels embarrassed. Like, come on, no, you're good.
Yeah, no, but
tell him I'm a big boy now. Look at my muscles.
Look, I'll take the napkins
I'll take the elevator.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it does affect them a lot. I've also seen it in the elderly populations. When
because of their age, right?
When they're bedridden, they're used to going out, very independent, doing their thing, getting up, eating breakfast, brushing, doing things on their own. And the minute that you try to do something for them,
they get upset.
It's a shock. It's a shock for them. And they don't know how to respond to it. So their only way to respond is becoming aggressive or constantly trying to get out of bed, or even cursing at you. Like,
they'll get emotional.
Beep, beep.
On my face.
But this whole situation has, the liquor stores. Why were they an essential?
What essential?
What?
It was an essential.
Yes, they were.
I had coworkers that were like, after work, I'm gonna stop for my wine and call it a day.
Lord.
Again,
this goes back to my question beginning of the podcast. Have you drank any Japanese whiskey lately?
No, I'm curious now.
A connoisseur for beverages,
or this lovely Casa Dragones tequila blanco.
Whoa! Hey, that's it for part 1.
What? There's a part 2 then, right?
Of course.
Okay, guys, stay tuned for part 2 of this podcast. By the way, what's your release schedule, Josue?
Well, depending on what it is, the next level could be either Thursday or next week, Tuesday.
Okay, so me, the editor, I'll try to make sure, delirious over here. I'll try to make sure that I'll release it at an early time every Tuesday and Thursday on East Coast time.
So that means if you're on the West Coast, you're about 4 hours behind.
The West Coast? Really?
Yes, the West Coast. I said the West Coast? Oh, I meant the West Coast.
This is staying in.
This is
gold. But anyways, listeners, until next time.
Stay tuned.
Stay frosty.
Oh, I don't like frosty.
Thank you for tuning into the LTS podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.